Hey guys, and welcome back to One Pretty Little Box, and welcome back to Motivational Monday, another holiday edition, volume 2, where today we're going to talk about, I'm going to look at my notes for a second because I want to make sure that I get it right. We are talking about tackling a heavy load of to-dos without losing your sanity. And that topic was suggested by both Margie and Jennifer, so thank you ladies, and let's hop to it. First, I want to do a little bit of housekeeping. And by that, I don't mean cleaning my house. I mean, I wanted to remind you guys that 12 days of giveaways are coming up. I actually am in the process of getting these in. It's why I haven't shared a whole lot. I will have a video this week explaining all the details. But know that every single gift that I am going to give away, I've purchased myself. None of them were donated. None of them were given to me. None of them are re-gifts. They're all things that I love and adore and just want to share with you. So if you want to be in on that, you need to make sure that you are subscribed to this channel. Also, I haven't reminded anybody and flipped up that little video again, but we are doing a mail exchange for Christmas. I will make sure the P.O. box is listed down below, and I can't wait to hear from you. All right, we're gonna hop to it because this is a hefty topic, and of course, you know, my host is here. My co-hostess Shelby is with me. When I was moving things around, putting the tripod up, she just comes and gets her ball, so I'm sure we are going to have a little bit of ball throwing throughout the process, but you guys are used to that by now. Okay, back to topic. This is the time of year that all of us have a very hefty to-do list. I know I do, and I'm sure you do, and especially those of us who work outside of the home. I think our to-do lists tend to grow even greater Monday through Friday. The weekend we have a little bit more time, but if you're like the rest of us, during that time we also have family parties, we have get-togethers with friends, we have all these other activities, parades, festivals that we want to attend. Well, we can't downright do a to-do list in the middle of all that. And I'm telling you guys, Shelby, get off from under the tree. She leaves the tree alone until I turn on the camera. The kitty cat's not under there. Where's Pumpkin? Usually the cat gets under there and then she lays under there with the cat, but she's being a little stinker. I guess she doesn't know that Santa's watching. Santa's watching you. So I'm not saying that working moms and wives have a heavier load, but at times we do, because we still have work during the day, and we have work parties and those kind of things to add to the list. So here are my seven 7 is a lucky number, but here are my 7 suggestions, and I hope that some of them will help. A lot of them are just common sense, to be honest, but I also think that we tend to take common sense for granted, right? So of course my first tip is to make a list. I am a big list maker. I love making lists, and I make a list for everything. I make a grocery list. I'll make a budget list. I'll make a Christmas list for the gifts for the kids, and everyone has their own list, and I'm a list maker. You might not be, but I can promise you that if you will begin to put in that habit, you will find that making lists are your friend. And you can organize that list however you want to. I personally like my grocery list is usually I'll make a list and then I reorganize it, and it's for the aisles in the store, because then I can cross off things as I'm there, and I don't have to go back and forth throughout the whole store over and over and over, and it just saves me time. But as you guys know, I tend to utilize curbside pickups, home delivery, that kind of stuff, because I can't stand the grocery store. I don't like buying groceries. It's a redundant chore that is just not my favorite. And that usually is not on my to-do list anymore. Unless we have to run in for her food. Because for whatever reason, nobody can ever get it right when it comes to her food that she gets in the morning, the little small ones. So I have to go in and I have to find it myself because no one can seem to find it. Long story short. My second tip is to use planners, use a planner or sticky notes again. Of course, this, I know I told you make a list. This is actually a post-it note. You can see that it is, I love this, and you can't get it anymore. They don't make them. But it's just a to-do list, and it even has a box where you can check them off. That was my first, I forgot to tell you. I like making lists because I can mark them off, and I feel like every time I do that, I take something else off my shoulders, and it's nice. It's just nice to do. So back to planners and sticky notes. Sticky notes, I have sticky notes in my house, all shapes, all colors, all sizes. I love sticky notes. I have a ton of sticky notes at work. I use them all the time. You guys know I'm an Erin Condren junkie. I love my life planner. I love it. Right now I have it. I'm gonna get a little sneak peek. Shelby, be nice. I have not put pen to paper for this week. I was waiting for today, but I did decorate it a little bit, and it makes it fun and festive, and I enjoy using my planner when it is fun and festive. And of course, as you see, I have a sticky note in here of one I just used, and I will jot notes before I put it actually on here. Or I'll leave it for a grocery list or whatever. Maybe I'll do a planner setup video soon. I haven't done one of those in a long time. As you hear the cat and the dog. Hold on a second. Okay, I went to go get my coffee. I left it in the other room, silly me. Okay, so you can kind of use any planner. I told you I'm an Erin Condren junkie, and you guys are going to see that in the next coming weeks as I share my my planning preparation for 2019, because it is already in full force, y'all. Full force. I'm going to tell you really quick why this is on my brain. I will leave a referral link down below for Erin Condren. If you've been wanting to try a life planner, that code will save you $10. It also puts $10 of product credit into my account, which I will gladly use, sometimes on you guys. My third tip is to give yourself grace. We do not give ourselves enough grace. Sometimes we think we can accomplish a million things, and on some days we can. I know there are days that I can do 10 loads of laundry, clean my entire house, and still have free time. Believe it or not. But there are days where I wake up, especially on a weekend, and I'm like, I don't want to do anything. I just want to lay here and watch TV and read. That's all I want to do. And very seldom do I have those days, but when I do have them, I just embrace them because I know that they are few and far between. I don't fight them anymore. I used to fight them all the time. All the time. Shelby, be nice. Hey, we don't terrorize our best friends at Christmas time. We're sweet to them. You two are such a hoot. The fourth tip I have for you is never ask more from yourself than you're willing to ask from somebody else. Again, I do it all the time. I don't ask a whole lot of anybody for help. I don't. The boys, I may say, hey, you know, take out the trash, or I want you to unload the dishwasher when you come home from school, or something like that. But it's very menial. It's very little. It's not a whole lot. And what they don't know is in the next couple days, they're going to have to mow one last time for the year. I think that should do us. I'm surprised we still have green grass. Usually our grass turns to straw this time of year, but we've had so much rain, and we did weed and feed early spring, and I think that just has really beefed up our lawn this year. But I'm not going to ask somebody to do my to-do list. Because I know I put a lot on my to-do list all the time. I put more than I need to most times because I just want to get it all done. I just want to get it all done and move on. I want to mark it off and move on. Mark it off and move on. That's how my brain works. When you make a list, I will tell you to prioritize it with the hardest things first. If you've never heard the phrase or read the book, Eat the Frog, I highly recommend it. And it's basically, the most successful people in the world will eat a frog first. And that simply means you take the hardest thing that you've got on that list, whether it's just something you keep putting off or something that's really difficult, you do it first. Because once you get that done, everything else is easy peasy. I've heard some people say they put that off last. Me, if I put it off last, I'm not going to ever do it. I usually tackle the hard thing first. And I follow my intuition on that as well. 2, 3, 4. Okay. This is difficult, but number 5 is to avoid bottomless pits. Social media is a bottomless pit. Scrolling on Facebook, seeing what your friends are doing is a bottomless pit. Checking out Instagram and fabulous pictures is a bottomless pit. Watching TV, watching football, watching movies, watching Hallmark Channel, Christmas time is a bottomless pit if you have a to-do list. If you have a to-do list. If you have a lot to do and you're on social media complaining that you have a lot to do, that's your biggest problem. Get off of social media and go do what you need to do. I'm guilty of it. I'm very guilty of it. In fact, my word of the year is a perfect explanation of why I'm not where I want to be in a couple areas of my life. Maybe all of them. Maybe all of them. And I will go into that later in the month. It's too early really to sit down with you and talk about that because one, I'm still digesting the word that was given to me within my deep spirit. And two, it's not a fun word. It is not a fun word. So it's a little heavy actually to think about, but anywho, avoid the bottomless pits. Turn off the TV. Turn on music. Now, if you're one that can tackle things while a movie is going, then by all means, leave it on, do what you need to do. I am one of those that I will turn it on TV, and usually it's nothing TV. A movie I've seen before, or just a reality show or something like that I really don't have to follow details because I can eventually figure it out by the end. I like to put those things on while I'm cleaning because it's entertaining, but I'm not having to sit there and remember details. That's why I don't watch a lot of movies, is because a lot of movies want to take you through this journey, and it's great, and I love it. But I don't have time to sit there and remember who killed who and why I should remember that, because it's going to come back around again. So, music is also a great tool to get a lot done. Maybe change the music you're listening to. If you always listen to one type of music, pick another kind of music and see what that does to you. If you always only listen to country music, maybe go put on a little pop or go put on some instrumental music and see what happens. Personally, I listen to every genre of music you can imagine. I love it all. I listen to it all. Screamo music? No, that's just annoying to me. But for the majority, I listen to pretty much a lot of music. Number 6, reward yourself in the end. If you will give yourself a reward when that list gets done, when your to-do list gets completed. Maybe you have a long Christmas list and it includes baking and wrapping and shopping and cleaning and visiting. Get all that done and then go get your nails done, or go get a massage, go get a pedicure, go get a new haircut, go get something for you after you've done all these things for other people. A lot of people are monetary monetary driven. And maybe yours isn't like cash in your hand, but something you can have done for you. Definitely do it. I want to go get my nails done, but there are so many things right now that I have to do between wrapping and baking and cleaning and visiting and all these other stuff that they're just going to get messed up. But maybe a couple days before Christmas, I'll go get them done. That sounds like a treat. And my last tip to you, which one is one of the very hardest, but something we all need to learn, is to delegate to somebody else. Maybe all of your to-do list doesn't need to be for you. Maybe you can delegate it to a spouse, a friend who might love baking. Maybe you have a friend who loves to bake. You can say, hey, listen, if you can bake all of my Christmas goodies, I'll pay you. Sometimes I am at that point now where I am really ready to pay for someone to come into my home once or twice a month and clean, because I ain't got time for that. That's why I pick up groceries or have it brought to my house. I don't have time for that. And it's one less thing that I have to have on my list. So if I can pay someone else to do it for me and have it done well, then why not? When my daughter was home, I delegated a lot to her. One, she needed to learn how to clean a house before she had her own. Now she keeps her house clean. They don't learn that on their own. So, but I'm filling that void because I had learned to delegate. And she did it pretty well. And for her, it was practice, and she knew that it was practice in her mind. So it worked out very, very well because it trained her and it helped me out. And it was one less thing I had to put on my list. Didn't have to clean the bathrooms, gave it to her to do. Didn't have to clean the cat box, gave it to her to do. Didn't have to vacuum, I let her do it. Especially because her work schedule just was very light versus mine, plus all the other kids, and it's just worked out very well. So maybe you need to start delegating. Maybe you have children of your own. They're very capable of doing a lot. If you have a 10-year-old, that 10-year-old should be able to take out the trash, help with laundry, even if it is just sorting and maybe starting it if you teach them. On my washer, where my dial is, I don't have a push button dashboard. I have just the dials, so I used a Sharpie and put lines on where the kids would start their laundry. And so they knew that if they turned it and put it to that line and pulled it out, the water would start, and they learned how much soap to put in, and they're able to do their own laundry. Do they? Not usually, but they're getting better, and they can start a load after school. And it's usually their clothes. I don't make them wash my husband's and I's and the household towels and stuff. Their towels, yes. Their clothes, yes. Usually I'm the one pulling them out of the dryer, folding them, but hey, they started it. That's one less thing I had to do. All right. I hope that in all of that, you got some kind of inspiration to help you get through this crazy busy month. It is going to be busy. Let's face it. Every December is. We should not be surprised. We should not be shocked at all the things we need to do, and we should not let ourselves be manipulated by other people as well. And by that, I mean, if you have a to-do list that is a mile long and you have somebody saying, hey, you need to come see me, but you know that if you did, that to-do list doesn't get done, but it's a priority, then maybe you need to kind of change things a little bit. How about go live on Facebook and chit chat while you're working, or on Messenger or FaceTime or something where they can feel like you're visiting with them, but still you're tackling things that need to get done. I tend to send my mom a few video messages because I know that she's lonely and she misses visiting with everybody, but she also understands that I have a crazy busy schedule and life is busy, and she doesn't just live next door down the street. It's an 80-mile round trip. I can't always make that, especially on a work day. And on weekends, a lot of it depends on what's going on here as to how much free time I have. And my home and my immediate family are my priority. And she understands that whether you do or not. She does, and that's what matters. All right, I wish you well. I wish you the best week. Tomorrow you guys will have a combination vlog again of Monday and Tuesday. I can tell you that most likely your videos that you guys are going to get are either going to be first thing in the morning around 6-ish or in the evening around 8-ish. I'm not going to promise you a set time because right now, making sure that I have a video for you for Vlogidays and Vlogmas, I want to make sure that I provide timely content and that it's well orchestrated and not stressing me out to the point that I lose sleep. I do not do well with that. Hence why you did not have a vlog on Sunday and Monday, because Thursday night I stayed up way too late, paid for the price, went to work on Friday, paid the price, and I did not feel the greatest over the weekend. And so instead of giving you crappy content, I just didn't vlog. I was going to. I tried, but I'm not going to do that. Since I started before a lot of people did, as far as Vlogmas and Vlogidays go, I did what I wanted to do, and that happened to be a whole lot of nothing. Actually, I've been planning a lot, but I don't want to film that. I didn't want to put makeup on. I didn't want to fix my hair, okay? Oh my goodness. All right, I'm gonna go. I need to get out of here. I need to go to the post office. Apparently I have a tub I need to pick up. I don't even know what that means. But I will talk to you guys later. Bye.